I'm going to bet you know more about the Narcissists New Supply than that new supply knows about you, whether you've met each other or not. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and I get a lot of emails. Some people would rather email me privately than leave a public comment, and that's perfectly fine. Anyway, there seems to be a lot of focus on the Narcissists New Supply, their new victim. And I get it. For those who were discarded by the narcissist, you already know the narcissist had someone already lined up, ready to take your place. It's very painful, and it hurts, no doubt. You may be comparing yourself to the new supply. I hear people say, what do they have that I don't have? Why is he or she better than me? Okay, stop. Stop with that line of thinking. The new supply is not better. They're just new. There's someone who has no idea of who the narcissist really is. They've been idealized, they've been love bombed, and they're going to believe whatever the narcissist says. You're not buying their BS anymore. They've got to find somebody new who will. So the narcissist has simply found someone who will believe their lies and buy into their fake facade. The new supply's value to the narcissist is simply their newness and their gullibility. Now, this is also true if you discarded the narcissist. Even in this case, trust that the new supply is not really all that new. All narcissists cheat, they all do it, and they are constantly on the hunt for new supply. They cannot get enough. They're predators. If you discarded the narcissist and within days or weeks later, there's suddenly a new love in their life, well, that didn't just happen. They're just now revealing it. That's all. It didn't just happen. Narcissists cannot be alone, because if they were alone, they just might be forced to confront their own deep wounding and face the shame of everything they've done in their lives. So they need distraction. Look, when I was still with my narc ex-husband, and he was pretty deep into the devaluation stage of me, he was looking for new supply. Now, he was telling me how much he loved me, of course. He even told me how he was going to be a better husband to me. But I had begun to see through his facade, his lies, and his projection. So when he started insinuating that I was cheating on him, I knew for sure that's what he was doing or trying to do. And I began to pull back from him emotionally. I didn't say anything. I just observed. And the more I observed what he said and how he behaved, the more clearer things became. So I was away from the narcissist in another state during the pandemic, during the whole lockdown. And he started telling me a story about a robin that was coming to his window and pecking on the window, and this was happening very often. He was seeing this as some kind of sign. I knew what was happening, and I didn't say a word. He told me he was talking to a woman about this sign from the universe that he was receiving. So I knew he was telling this woman that this was a sign that they were meant to be together. Now, since his Facebook page clearly displayed that he was married, I knew one thing about this woman, which was that she didn't care about the sanctity of marriage. And it really wasn't until months after the divorce, that it was confirmed by people who know my ex that everything I predicted to be true was in fact the truth. Now, he was always bringing up our age difference. I'm 13 years younger than he is. He talked of how refreshing it would be to have a woman financially support him. And when he was having one of his pity parties and looking for admiration, he would tell me how someone with my beauty and abilities could, as he put it, certainly outshine an old man like me any day. He actually wrote that to me in an email. So what did that tell me about the new supply? Well, I knew she was much older than me and less attractive. He's very insecure, and I knew he would feel that an older woman would be less likely to leave him, and many older women will settle for less because they believe their chances of getting a man are not as great as when they were younger. This is really false, but a lot of women do believe this way. I knew that she would be financially independent and probably even well off. His days of generating the kind of income he was able to do in his younger days was fading. I knew she would be at a vulnerable point in her life, either recently widowed or recently divorced. I knew he would more than likely have met her through social media or dating sites. I knew she would be connected to a spiritual community and would have a belief in past lives or reincarnation. And this was because so he could tell her that they were soulmates in all of their past lives, and certainly this one. And this would be something that would help draw her in. I knew he would move in with her or vice versa very quickly in order to lock her down. And I also knew she'd be willing to settle for less in the bedroom. I talk about this more in another video, which is, Are You the New Supply for the Narcissist? The link's in the description box. And when he wrote me a letter just days after our divorce, even though he didn't say it directly, I knew I had even correctly guessed her name. And what's funny is, I didn't find out about this for certain anyway until long after I had outed his abuse publicly. And I found it amusing that some people expected me to be hurt or even jealous. Oh my God. Like I've mentioned before, I left him. Now, if someone else wants to pick up the trash I left in the garbage and bring it home with them, why would I care? I don't. I did feel pity for her since I know what she's in for. But at the same time, I kind of felt relieved because I thought, well, he'll leave me alone. Or so I thought. Okay, because he doesn't leave me alone. His smear campaign continues and he stalks this channel and my social media through fake profiles. Yeah, it's crazy. So there's nothing special about the ex-narcissist in my life. Definitely nothing at all. All narcissists stalk their exes. They do it. Even when they're in the love bombing stage with the new supply, it's nuts. So what does the new supply think they know about you? Well, they think you're crazy. They think you're a horrible person who mistreated the narcissist, that you lied to them, you manipulated to them, you cheated on them, that you never appreciated them. And if the narc has money, they think you're a gold digger who was just after them for their money. They may think you're a criminal, a thief, a drug addict, a grifter. They can't believe you left this wonderful person that they believe the narc to be, or they believe that somehow you behave so badly and you let this person get away. They also believe that they are so fortunate to have met such an amazing individual. Didn't you once think these things? Didn't the narcissist tell you these same things about the ex before you? Remember when you were the new supply? So, what can you know for sure about the new supply? Even if you've never met them. Okay, number one, this person has weak boundaries. If the new supply has spent more than 90 days, and sometimes yes, sometimes less than that, but 90 days with the narcissist, you know they definitely have weak boundaries because there is no other way to be in a relationship with a narcissist. It doesn't necessarily mean that the new supply is weak. They may be very strong and confident in practically every area of their life, but in romantic relationships, their boundaries are definitely weak. Another thing you can know, the new supply is tired of hearing your name. Again, weak boundaries. The new supply is being compared to you. At first, this comparison will be favorable to the new supply. Later, you will be used to triangulate the new supply, whether you're in contact with the narcissist or not, and hopefully you've gone no contact. The new supply believes they can fix or save the narcissist from their misery and heal them with their love and support. The New Supply believes the narcissist chose them for their attributes. And while this is technically true, the New Supply doesn't realize that the main attribute that the narcissist was looking for was someone who they could easily control, and certainly someone they could control better than you. The New Supply believes you are petty, mean, and vindictive, especially if you expose the narcissist. They may even believe you want the narcissist back, and many times the narcissist is probably going to tell them something like that. The New Supply believes that their relationship with the narcissist is special and unique. If they do believe that the narcissist was ever nasty to you, they believe this will never happen to them. The New Supply believes that even if the narcissist displays irritability, anger, agitation, that this is only because of the horrific experiences that they had with you, and that things will eventually calm down. If you're still dealing with legal issues pertaining to the narcissist, the New Supply believes whatever the narcissist tells them. They will believe the narcissist over legal findings. They will believe the judge was wrong. And even if the narcissist allows the New Supply access to those legal papers, the New Supply will either not believe what they read with their own eyes, or they will believe the narcissist was justified in whatever they did. The New Supply believes the narcissist is not on dating sites and or flirting with others via social media. Yeah, they don't believe that. The New Supply believes the narcissist only has kind words to say about them when they're not around. And this is never true either. That discard phase, that devaluation, starts so much sooner than any of us imagined in the beginning. The New Supply believes they are the love of the narcissist's life, and that they will live happily ever after with them. The New Supply believes that they're going to prove you wrong, that they will prove anyone and everyone wrong, anyone who has warned them about the narcissist. And this is why I would advise not trying to warn the New Supply. They 99.9% of the time, they're just not going to believe you. They're just not. Okay, the narcissist got to them first. They've told them all kinds of things. The chips are already stacked against you in their mind. So just don't. You know the truth. You've been there. In hindsight, you now clearly see all the red flags. That's why it's natural to want to warn the New Supply. But this person is living in a bubble, constructed of lies and manipulations that this person cannot or will not see. They will vehemently oppose you trying to burst their bubble. So just know, the narcissist cannot hide who they are forever. The mask will slip. One day, the New Supply will know the truth. You can't save them, so don't try. Focus on healing yourself, getting your life back on track, and moving forward into your future. Stay off of their social media. Please, don't try to keep up with what they're doing. Narcs only present to the world what they want you and others to see and believe, and it's a lie. They're liars. You already know this already. They are not happy. Narcs can't be happy. They were never happy with you, and they are not happy with the New Supply. It is a facade. The narcissist is an empty vessel that can literally never be filled. There is no such thing as happily ever after in a narcissistic relationship. Remind yourself of this truth as often as you need to. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and may you have a blessed day, you beautiful thrivers.